So, good afternoon. We are back with player ratings, eagerly anticipated player ratings. I know there's a lot of people that are watching this that just hover in the background. They don't come in the comment section, but they watch, and they're eagerly waiting to see what I say today, because apparently you have to come with the same energy. I love it when people try telling other people what to do. It's mad. 38 years old. I will say and do what I like, and let's have it right here. We haven't won the league. We've won against a very poor Man United side, whilst being very poor as a side ourselves. Apart from yesterday's performance, was actually a very good performance in terms of work rate, hunger, passion, desire, the will to keep that lead, the will to say, you know what, we know you're crap, yeah, and we're just going to have it. We're going to get physical with you, which is what we did yesterday. Mikel Arteta, we know he watches the streams. Big up Mikel. He's a fan of the channel. Comes on quite a lot for the press conferences. And it was nice to see that he actually listened and did pretty much what I wanted him to do in terms of drop Granit Xhaka. Maybe now, maybe right now. The final nail in Granit Xhaka's coffin has just been nailed in. And Mohamed El Sideways is now Mohamed El can do everything. He was superb, as was Gabriel. Thomas Partey, brilliant. Man of the match for me, Thomas Partey. Dictated the whole tempo of our team yesterday. Hector Bellerin, again, back-to-back good performances. Is this the Hecky B? Hecky B is back. But I'm glad Mikel watches the streams, because it's nice that he can actually listen to the fans and drop these dog shit players like Granit Xhaka, like Skodran Mustafi. And it's no coincidence that as soon as you do drop Granit Xhaka from midfield, you have more energy, you have more hunger, you have more passion. And you end up beating Man United for the first time in 14 years. It's nice to see. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the ride. But now let's come back to reality for a minute before we go through player ratings. We haven't won anything apart from the game. People are going on like we've just won the title. It's mad. And people seem to think that because you don't rate the manager, and then we go and beat Man United, that all of a sudden you have to now rate the manager. Well, I don't know what planet you live in. Actually, I do know what planet you live in. You live in the planet where 1 week you flip, and then you flop, and then you flip, and then you flop, and then you flip again. And just follow the wave and ride it everywhere. That ain't me. I stick to what I believe in. And I still am saying what I'm saying about the manager. Fantastic yesterday. Brilliant. But let's not have it twisted. Very fine margin, and it was a fine margin, between the narrative being completely different if Pogba doesn't give the penalty away. And like I said, it is a fine margin because it was literally clipped his heel. It was a penalty, 100% nailed on penalty. It was soft as shit, but it was a penalty. And I don't care that it was soft. We won the game. It's nice that we've beaten Man United. Listen, Man United are up there with Spurs. Can't stand them. But I'm not deluded enough to suddenly think that having one shot on target other than a penalty, we're apparently an amazing team and there's a structure and there's this. No, we just put everyone behind the ball and just battered them in midfield. That's it. Yeah, we didn't have no chances. Thomas Partey, Aubameyang had one that he put wide. He probably should have done better with that, to be fair. It was Henry-esque. And then Bukayo Saka had a chance. Other than that, we didn't really create a massive amount of chances, did we? But the best thing for me was the fact that we limited them to next to nothing. And that is why when I sit here and I say, I'll take 1-0 to the Arsenal every day of the week and twice on Sunday. If, and it is an if, yeah, we're not getting away with it. We're not riding our luck. We're not having to make the keeper make save after save after save after save. We're not clearing them off the line. Yesterday, we didn't need to do that. And that is why I was so happy with it on the watch along. And that is why I think that, for me, I didn't think we'd beat them. So it was even more nice that we did actually go and beat them, because number one, he picked a decent team yesterday. I think it raised a few eyebrows as to why Rob Holding was in the team. I actually thought Rob was our worst player. Holding was our worst player yesterday. I don't think he was that good. And I think Gabriel kind of would, maybe it was Gabriel was too good yesterday that made Holding not look anywhere near the same level for me. I thought he was shaky all the way through the game. Yes, he worked hard. He tried. He was winning headers. He was getting stuck in. But for me, he was lucky at times that he didn't get a second yellow. There was a couple of fouls he made. Gabriel, again, another one. On another day, Mike Dean pulls that second yellow out, and all of a sudden we're down to 10 men. Mike Dean, Arsenal's man of the match. Mike Dean, the last 16 games he's refereed of Arsenal, we've lost 1. We've won 12 out of 16 and we've drawn 3. That loss was to Sheffield United and it was fully deserved as well. But some great performances yesterday, really great performances. Let me pin these super chats real quick and then I'm going to get into player ratings. El Neni, man of the match. Let's not get carried away. Exactly. This channel is the voice of facts. It's also the subscribers of facts. We don't do the whole hype train after one win. It's amazing how many people have come out the woodwork. You don't see these people with the same energy when we lose 2 games in a row without scoring. We've actually not scored a goal from open play for 4 games in the league, which is kind of worrying because we're not creating anything. But against Man United, the plan was to the T. But like I said, it was a penalty. Take that out, all of a sudden the narrative is not, you've got to back him or you're fake. You're this, you're that. It would have been, bro, 1 shot on target at Old Trafford from 30 yards from Partey. Ain't good enough. Arteta's parking the bus against a poor United team. Luckily for him and for us as fans, we did get that penalty. Pogba in the mud and Bellerin winning the penalty. And it was a penalty. Listen, soft as it may be, nailed on penalty. And I'm glad that Aubameyang just didn't even look at the goalkeeper, staring straight at the boys out. I know where I'm putting this, brother, and you have got no hope. But like I said in Claude's player ratings, and big up Claude and the Bansters as well. Like I said on there, both the goalkeepers could have just had a cigar on. It was mad. Like both had 2 shots on target each. It was, for me, looking at how Man United and Arsenal games used to be, it's a massive, massive fall from grace for both of them 2 teams yesterday. It was not a fiery affair. Man United got bullied at times in certain parts of the pitch. El Neni running around in the 91st minute. Arsenal had tweeted it out, and it was absolutely class. He ended up Lindelof kicking the ball out of play. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that is why, and I said it before kickoff, he's been our best midfielder this season, El Neni. Yeah, I don't particularly rate him. Excuse me. I particularly rate him, but he's been our best midfielder. And if we had put Granit Xhaka and Ceballos in as a pair with Thomas Partey, we would have lost. So maybe, just maybe, El Neni will be starting more games now. I don't know. Maybe Granit Xhaka's done at the club and he can jog himself on in January, telling us all to, he's lucky he's here anyway. But let's move on. Big up, bro. What happened when Xhaka gets dropped? Exactly. It's not hard to play better players. Partey plus El Neni works better. It does. And do you know what? Thank you for that, mate. And do you know what I think as well? Is Partey got the best out of El Neni and vice versa yesterday. It was like, yo, if you're playing that good, I'm raising my game. Then he raised his game. Now I want to raise mine. Them 2 were superb yesterday. Yeah. Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Fred, Pogba. Did they get a kick? Like, real talk, did they get a kick? And it wasn't so much the fact that, I wouldn't say we outplayed them because we didn't. Possessions-wise, it was pretty similar. What we did do is we outworked them. Yeah, we outfought them in certain battles. There was one instance where Tierney went down the left-hand side and he skinned Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka got back and got in and got the ball. From that minute on, we did exactly the same to them all across the park. And it was great. It was great to watch Arsenal actually do that against United. But again, it's not the treble winning United. Croydon Roy went there and spanked 3 past them with Palace. Yeah, Jose parked the bus. Well, it's not called park the bus anymore, is it? Because now Arteta does it. It is low block. Funny how things change to narratives depending on who the manager is, isn't it? Oh, it's Jose, so it's park the bus. Arteta, no, it's a low block. It's the same shit. It's park the bus. And the one thing I do worry, and it is a worry, is when we play up against a team, say we got Villa next, for example. Man United were always going to have a lot of the ball, and I think they had a bit more possession than us overall. I may be wrong. I think they did. I think they have 53%. When we come up against a team like Villa, who are not expected to have more of the ball, we are. That's where I worry. And I've said this before, even though that's the first time we've beaten United in 14 years, and it's also the first away win we've had, what, for 5 years against a big team. It's not them games that necessarily worry me. It's the ones against the Villas, the Brightons, the Crystal Palaces, them kind of teams. And I've said that a lot. And people used to laugh at me for saying that. Well, you're not laughing now, are you? Because we have actually got a result against United. We do all right against Tottenham normally at home. We do all right against United at home. We do all right against Chelsea at home normally. They're not the games that will make or break or define this season. Yeah, it's the games against the Villas, the Wolves, the Leicesters, the Palaces, the Brightons. They're the games. But with that being said, you can only play the game in front of you. And I thought he'd done well yesterday. I was disappointed when I see Joe Willock not on the bench, and Reece Nelson, even though I don't particularly even though I don't particularly rate them. After their performances the other night, on Thursday, they deserved a spot on the bench. Nicola Pepe, if I was him, just leave in January, mate. Just hand the transfer request in. He ain't ever going to play you. Let's be real. He ain't ever going to play you. And I can see why he put Pepe on the bench and why he put Willian in, because of his running up and down, his work ethic. But Willian was shocking second half. I thought he was really, really poor in that second half. And he played the whole game, which is kind of mad. But there you go. Anyway, thank you very much to Ajani. Appreciate your donation, buddy. Big up, Lee. What do you think? We should sell El Neni and Xhaka to get a Wa? I think we should, as always. Big up to you. Thank you, mate. Well, listen, just because El Neni's had a couple of good games don't mean he's the next fucking Ruud Gullit. Yeah? Fantastic performance. Well done to him this season. He has been our best player. I said the same about Mustafi last season. He's been our best defender last season. Don't mean I want to keep him. Yeah? This is Arsenal Football Club. Yeah? Arsenal Football Club. Yes, you need workhorses. El Neni is that. Yeah, maybe you could keep him as a backup dancer. But he shouldn't be a week in, week out starter for Arsenal for me. We lack quality in terms of creating. And like I said, we haven't scored a goal from open play for 4 games. That's kind of worrying for me. Because when you don't do what we did yesterday and get that penalty, and Chelsea should have had a penalty against them the week before, didn't they? They didn't get given. But Man United and Arsenal have both got similar kind of issues. Yeah, we're both not really creating that many chances in the league. We're not really scoring many goals in the league. We're obviously a bit better than them at the moment. But defensively, we're the best defense in the league. And we've kind of substituted like go and get goals to now let's just defend. And we got away with it yesterday. Well, we didn't get away with it. We got the penalty and we fully deserved to win the game. But eventually it does dry up, man. We need somebody who can create and score goals. And in certain games against like some Man United, Man City, I don't care if we do what we did yesterday. Genuinely couldn't give a toss. If we can get a result, Jose was doing it for years and years and years with every team he's been at. Park the bus in the big away games, nick a result, off you go. Now let's march on. I don't care if we do it against Man United yesterday. We got the win. Pogba was done doing what he did. Bellerin went down. He made the most of it. It was a penalty. Nailed on for me. And Aubameyang straight in the back of the net. And Aubameyang is back in the goals again. So that's good news for us, because if he doesn't score, we are pretty shafted, because we ain't really got many goal scorers. And I was saying this earlier on Claude's show that we used to have a goal scoring winger. We used to have a goal scoring centre mid. We used to have a goal scorer up front. We used to have a goal scorer just behind him. Now we ain't got anyone other than Aubameyang, and we have to try and have more shots. And like my man says here, Ingers, we need to shoot more from outside the box. Do you know what? Yesterday when Thomas Partey took that shot, yeah, I know it went straight down the throat of David De Gea, but I was like, do you know what? We do need to do more of that. We do need to start shooting from outside the box, because it's not like we're carving teams apart. It's not like we're ripping teams open and they're hanging on for dear life, you know. So we do need to start shooting. But what do I know? Can we say Mikel is a good manager? Come back to me in May. Come back to me in May. Listen, this is where I don't get carried away. It's one win, mate. It's one win. You know, great win. Great to get that off our backs. The fact that we haven't beaten them there for so long. And I remember when Chelsea, we used to have it over Chelsea all the time. You know, then as soon as they got that one win against us, bang, they beat us every time. Yeah, so maybe that's now a thing for us. It's nice that we've got the 5-year one off the back as well against a top 6 team. But at the same time, this is why I don't get carried away. This is why I sit here and I go, look, one result against Man United, who, let's be real, haven't won at home all season. They're pretty crap this season. He's getting sacked soon. And they didn't have their best player playing, but they still had a better team out there than we had. Yeah, when I looked at their midfield, I was like, boy, we're gonna struggle today. I see Pogba, I see Bruno, I see McTominay works hard. He's like their El Neni, basically, and he just runs around getting stuck in. And then I see Fred, and people were laughing at me when I put Fred in my combined 11. Well, you obviously ain't watched United this season, because Fred has been their best midfielder. Yeah, any Man United fan will tell you that. Yeah, but there you go. There you go. Where was Bruno Fernandes? How ironic that we got a penalty at Old Trafford and won 1-0. It's mad, isn't it? Please get Saeed from United Central on. Will be a laugh. Keep up the good work. I don't know who that is, bro. Real talk. United Central. I don't know who that is, Saeed, bro. I don't know. I don't know who that is, bro. But thank you for that, mate. Thank you very much. I suppose I better get into the player ratings. Big up my guy in the chat. No, appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on again. Big up you and Claude and Terry. Appreciate it, man. But we should probably get into the player ratings. If you are watching live, hammer the likes up. If you're not, hammer the likes up. Subscribe if you're new. We're over 47k on this dead little toxic negative channel. Thank you very much again last month. I just want to say thank you to everyone for last month. We are maintaining the channel in terms of view figures. Last month, 1.3 million views. So thank you very much. Bear in mind, that was whilst there was no international, there was an international break for 2 weeks. So there was no footy because I ain't watching that crap. And obviously there was no transfer news to talk about either. So not bad at all. So yeah, now we push on to that Christmas push. November, December, it's games coming thick and fast. We've got another one on Thursday. Do download Flick if you haven't already. We'll have a graphic set up hopefully by tomorrow of the signed and framed Vieira t-shirt that we're giving away. When you download it, once you've just download it for now. It's free. Once I've got all that set up and I put it out there, I'll tell you how to enter. Also, download HOTMIC. Use my code Lee623. Scrolling across the bottom. The person who won the t-shirt on there is Chaz, and Chaz wants an Arsenal shirt with a Aubameyang 14 on the back. So big up to you, Chaz. I've emailed you, so make sure you read that because you haven't come back to me yet. And if you don't come back to me by Friday, that will go to someone else. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, player ratings. Bernd Leno, man had the cigar on, bruv. Just chilling. Just like, yo, this is light work. Where's your Rashfords and your Greenwoods, bruv? Greenwood actually done all right, to be fair to him. Rashford was anonymous. But Leno, I think I gave a 6, purely based on the fact he had nothing to do. Let me check on my Flick, because you can get involved as well on Flick. You can do player ratings with us, which is what you did, which is what I'm going through. I gave him a 6. You guys gave him a 7, or the majority of you did. 40% was the majority on that. Let's move on. Hector Bellerin, I gave him a 7. I thought he was very good first half. I didn't really I didn't think he was that great second half, if I'm honest, but he weren't poor, was he? And that's back-to-back consistently good performances from him. So long may that continue, because if he's going to consistently get picked in the team, I want to see a level of performance from you, because I haven't seen it until these last 2 games. So well done to him. And there you go. I can praise Bellerin. Hence why I'm not a flippy floppy type of person that, oh yes, he's crap, then the next week, oh, he's brilliant. No. You praise when they're due. Yeah, when they're due. And he was due a 7 yesterday. You guys agreed 45%. Holding, I gave a 4. Yeah, you guys have gone mad at me at that. It's mental. I thought he was poor, man. I genuinely did. I thought he was our worst player. I gave him a 4. 4% of you agreed. 38% of you gave him a 7. Listen, I ain't going to argue with it. It's your player ratings. Gabriel, I gave an 8. I totally cocked that poll up as well. Totally nosed that one up. I did 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I missed 9 out. But 45% of you gave him a 10. 47% of you gave him an 8. I think we should probably just call that a 9. If Mikel parks the bus at Villa, it's the same old. Well, he did that last time. We lost 1-0. That's what he did last time. Do you know what I mean? We lost 1-0. Jack Grealish FC. And let's move on. Thank you for that again, Ingers. Appreciate that, mate. Tierney. Kieran Tierney. Bend it like Beckham. That's what he does, isn't it? He bends it like Beckham. And I gave him a 7. 55% of you agreed. We might get top 4, but leaving Mikel as a good manager. Well, maybe. It depends. This is the thing. It's still way too early to see where we're going to finish. And come around Christmas time, you'll get an idea of what the league's looking like. Boxing Day, New Year, that kind of time. That's when you get an idea of what's going to happen in the league or where teams look like they're going to finish in the league. But having said that, thank you for that. I appreciate it, mate. Having said that, Man United signed 1 player in January and went on a mad run. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But appreciate that, mate. Let me continue on. Do hammer the likes up. I will come through to some comments in a minute. I'm going to pin some along the way. I take it these are Leno marks you're giving here. Here we go. Lenos. We'll pin some of these. Leno 7s. Yeah, a lot of you are saying 6s and 7s. Hecky B's 6, 8, 7s. Fair enough. Holding 7. Holding 5. 13 out of 10. Yeah, you lot got mad on me yesterday when I did this on Chig's player ratings. I thought he was poor. I thought he was really rash at times, Holding. Gabriel, you lot are giving him 8s and 9s. That's fair. That's fair. Tierney 7s. But let's move on. Oh, fucking hell. Nearly dropped the Mac off the table. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Thomas Partey. For me, he was man of the match. He was man of the match. I gave him a 9 out of 10. You guys, 42%. It was close. So 41% said 9. 42% said 10 out of 10 for Thomas Partey. 10 out of 10, baby. Star boy, come on. 10 out of 10. 9s. Deji's going with 8.5s. We don't do halves. You're bald fraud. We don't do half marks. But you guys can. You can do whatever you want. It's your channel. Let's move on to Mohamed El Nene. Mohamed El Nene, baby. You guys actually agreed with me. This doesn't happen often. But Mohamed El Nene, 43% gave him a 9. 45% gave him 8. I didn't actually put a 10 on there. My bad. But 45% of you picked 8 out of 10. I agree, 100%. I thought he was really good yesterday, wasn't he? And this is what I like about him. I said this on Chig's show yesterday. He knows his limit. Granit Xhaka thinks he's some prime Pirlo and thinks he can dribble, thinks he can do this, thinks he can do that. And yeah, El Neni don't. El Neni knows that he can get the ball. He's no technical ability whatsoever. And he'll just go, right, I've got the ball. You have it. You're better than me. That's cool, man. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Bukayo Saka, 62% agree with me, 7 out of 10. Started off really well, faded pretty quickly, didn't he? Same with Willian. Willian, I gave a 6. 45% agreed with that. Again, started off real high energy in that first half. Maybe they were just, I don't know, put too much into the first half, perhaps. I don't know. Saka 5. Rah. You guys thought I was high. Saka 2. Jeez. Jeez. And you thought I was harsh on Rob Holding. Jesus Christ. Willian a 5. At 5. Deserves a solid 7 for Saka. Saka 7. Let's move on to Laka. I gave him a 5. I gave Laka a 5. Spent half of the time rolling around on the floor. Yeah. People are saying he run his socks off, he worked hard, he done. Listen, you're a striker, mate. Yeah. Your job is to work hard, get in the box and score goals. Yesterday, we didn't create much for you, granted. So now come and get involved. He didn't do anything really, did he? Let's be honest. Just an average performance. He's not a good player and we need to get rid. 40% of you, though, however, decided he was a 6 out of 10. But yeah, either way, it weren't great. My man's saying 2, 5, 6. Well, it's all on about the same sort of page. Lack of flop. He is basically the French Tammy Abraham, isn't he? Goes on a little run and then don't score for ages. Then goes on a little run, then don't score for ages. I see, there was a comment, I can't see it. The air kick yesterday has gone. The comments are going rapid. That air kick, I laughed at it when I see it, yeah? But you know what? Lindelof got the tiniest little touch which diverted it away from him. So can't really blame him for that. Respect Tammy Abraham, please. Oh, dear. Let's move on to Aubameyang. I'm going to give Abba a 7. Cool as a cucumber with the penalty. Winning goal at Old Trafford, 7. 7. He had another chance before that where he finessed one wide, Henry-esque. But I thought he looked a little bit better than he has done in recent weeks, that's for sure. So yeah, 7. 44% of you agree as well. Substitutes. This is where we all disagree. Every single one of us. Because man are handing out standard 5s. Standard 5s. Big up James. He says Abba gets a 10. Winning goal at Old Trafford, you know. Good question. Do you think you win the game if you don't get the penalty? Nope. It would have been a 0-0 draw and the narrative would have been completely different. But there we go. We did win and that's all that counts. And it's Man United. But this is where we all differ now. Eddie Nketiah, I gave him 1. You start at 0. You don't just run on the pitch after putting your boots on, putting your T-shirt on, and then getting a 5. Why? What did you do? What did you affect the game? How did you affect the game? You run the ball into the corner flag. Well done, mate. Yeah, great. It wasted a minute or whatever it was. But sorry, you ain't getting 5 for that. Especially when Laka's been on the pitch 90 minutes or whatever it was. How are you getting 5 for that? 35% of you gave him a 5, which was the highest mark. Oh, dear. Skodran Mustafi. Again, you guys have marked him a 5. I gave him a 1. Maitland Niles, you gave him a 5. I gave him a 1. Let me sip my tea. Pop my collar. Go and brush my shoulder off. Oh, dear. But honestly, real talk, how can you give people 5s when they've been on the pitch 5 minutes? Like, I'm sorry, that don't work for me. You start at 0, you work your way up. If you don't work your way up, you stay at 0. Eddie was on the pitch how long? Run the ball into the corner flag. That's it. What, you give him 5 for that? Not for me. Not for me. You start at 0. How can a player play 90 minutes, be effective in the game, not be great, like Laka was yesterday, 5 out of 10, and then you give Eddie Nketiah a 5 for running on the pitch and running the ball to the corner flag? That logic is backwards to me. But it's your player ratings. You can do what you want with them. I'll just give you mine along the way. You start at 5. Bruv, you know you're my boy, innit? You don't. You start at 0, bruv. Yeah? You start at 0. Why would you start at 5? 5 is average. When you walk on the pitch, you're not average, are you? You're walking on the pitch before kickoff. Yeah. You're not average. You're starting at 0 because we don't know what you're going to be today. You start at 0. Come on, man. How do you start at 5? I don't get it. I don't understand it. But there you go. Like I said, how can Lacazette be on the pitch for the whole game, or pretty much the whole game, whatever it was, 80 minutes, 89 minutes, 85, whatever it was when he came off. And I've gave him a 5. You guys gave him a 6 or whatever it was. But then you give 5 out to Maitland-Niles, Mustafi, and Eddie, who did absolutely nothing in that game between the 3 of them in the 5 minutes that they were on. Like, it don't make any sense. I don't see how you start at 5, bruv. But there you go. Let's not fall out over it. Anyway, the moment you've all been waiting for. Mikel Graham. He wasn't Mikel Wenger yesterday. He wasn't Mike L. Southgate yesterday. He wasn't Mike L. McCarthy yesterday. There's going to be man sitting there watching this right now that don't comment because I know they watch me. Hello. I see you. Well, I don't see you, but I know you watch. And yeah, I hope you're really salty that I'm smiling today. 9. 9 out of 10, baby. 9 out of 10. Well done, Mikel. Well fucking done, Mikel Arteta. Mikel Graham. 1-0 to the Arsenal, baby. People get so triggered that I put different surnames after his name. And I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm doing it every single game until he's gone. Unlucky. There ain't nothing you can do about it because it's my channel. Apart from just cry on your own or cry on your Twitter account or cry on other people's channels and scream and shout, shake it all about, in, out, do the hokey cokey, one of them ones. Mikel Hodgson. Well, it wasn't Mikel Hodgson because Mikel Hodgson scored 3 at Old Trafford with Palace. Mikel B. Tech Daesh. You lot are madmen in my chat, I swear. Do you know what's funny, yeah? Is I see so many people in this chat. This chat room is lit every single stream. It is lit, right? And I see people all over other social medias, all over their own accounts, all over their own YouTubes and stuff like that going, oh, I don't know why people are so negative. I don't know why people watch him. It's only rival fans that are watching him. Me. Really? 90% of the people in this chat are Arsenal fans. And there's fucking loads of people in the chat. Which reminds me, whilst there is loads of people in the chat, I am going to come to some comments. I'm going to come to some comments in a second. Mikel, sorry. Is it too late now to say sorry? We're not singing Bieber ever again on the channel. But that does remind me, 9 o'clock tonight, Turkish, big up the real one, a proper one, a realist, is going to be starting a new show on this channel, live stream. I'll be on it with him tonight. Yeah, man, really looking forward to that. It's going to be a weekly show every Monday or Tuesday, depending on if we have games. So if we play on a Monday night football, it'll be on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock. If we have League Cup on a Tuesday, it'll be on a Monday at 9 o'clock every single week. Looking forward to getting that going tonight. Also, tomorrow night, what time was it tomorrow we're doing it? I can't remember. Let me double check. I think it was 9 o'clock as well. Let me just double check. 1 second. I think it was 9 o'clock. I'll have to double check. I genuinely can't remember. But I am starting a new show, which is going to be one of a multiple amount of shows that are coming on this channel in the next couple of weeks, with a guy called Dammy. And he is a Chelsea fan. And he is a new host on this channel for a Chelsea show, which we are starting tomorrow. He will be getting a guest on with him every week, maybe 2. Maybe I'll be on there. I will be on there for the first couple of shows, at least 3-4 shows. Same with Turkish. I'm not just going to throw him in and say, there you go. Feed them to the lions that you guys are in the chat. Yeah, so be nice to this lad. He's a young lad, really nice guy. I spoke to him on the phone for a couple of hours the other night, and he's really, really sound with his opinions on Chelsea Football Club as well. He runs a podcast called SW6 Daily. With the website that goes with that as well. Really, really sound lad. And anyone I get on this channel to run shows or come on as guests, they have to be pucker, because I know you lot are savages in the chat. Yeah, and you know I'm the real one, the voice of facts. So if we are going to start dropping other shows for other teams, which I am going to be doing, then everyone I get on has to be a real one. Yeah, none of this crap that I see on other people's things. So yeah, we're going to get real ones on, and this boy is a real one. So tomorrow when he comes on at 9 o'clock, make sure you show him some love. I'll be on the show with him as well. So make sure you show him some love. Really, really sound lad. And I know there's loads of you at Chelsea that watch this as well. So yeah, we are going to do a Man United one. I'm going to get that set up. I need to find somebody who's a real one for Man United. I'm going to do a Tottenham one as well. That'll upset a lot of people, isn't it? Oh, look, the Arsenal channel is now a Tottenham channel. Yeah, cry some salty tears, bitches. And I'm also going to do a Liverpool one. And I'm looking for a host for Liverpool, for Tottenham, and for Man United. And I want at least one female as a host. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm out of here. All have a wonderful day. I'm going to do 3 comments before I go. 3 comments. Come on, let's go. Chelsea getting bigger and better. Chelsea, fucking hell. Channel getting bigger and better. Thank you. Bro, people don't even understand, yeah? They don't even understand the levels by next year. Trust me. It's going to be a madness. Turkish, the beard of truth. Maybe I should call the show that. My missus, when I told him what my missus said, we should call the channel, call the name of the show. My missus called it Turkish Delight. I said, yeah, I bet he's never heard that one before. Do you know what I mean? He was fucking wetting himself. I'm a Newcastle fan. What did you think to our win yesterday? Very impressive, mate. Everton have dropped down a little bit the last couple of games, didn't they? The beard of reason. Big up my guy Ingers. Come on, we're not behaving, we're misbehaving because we do what we want. It's my channel, and until people are tucking me in at night, giving me that good loving at night, and paying my rent, I'll continue to say what I want on my channel. And I love how people seem to think that they can tell me otherwise. Big up my guy Natty Alex, 47.2 to 47.1. Why? Probably because we lost 2 subscribers, maybe, that were at 47.2, and then maybe a bot has been removed because YouTube verify every person that follows to make sure they're legit. Because you get loads of these little bots. I've noticed them a lot in the chat as well, like, I love you. Yeah, they come on everyone's videos. It's mad. So yeah, big up GT Playboy. I see you, baby. Bruv, I live rent-free in everyone's heads because they can't hack the little Lee Gunner on his little channel gets more views than them. It's mad. But there we go. Each to their own. Keep hating. I keep growing. And like I said, it's all good. But there we go. And on that note, you're a real one. Facts only. Thank you very much. Hammer the likes. Big up my guy. You're a real one as well, bruv. Always love to you, mate. Appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, Man United, Tottenham and Liverpool, them shows will be coming soon. They're in a work in progress. I just need to find the right host for each one, make sure that it's on the same page as I want it to be on and how I want it to run. And yeah, man, massive plans. Like I said, 9 o'clock tonight, Turkish is going to be starting his show on here. And then tomorrow, 9 o'clock, there's a new show on there with a Chelsea boy called Dammy, who's going to be doing his show every single week as well. So yeah, man, we're moving, baby. And I'm going to go and get myself some tapas and a couple of beers, and I'll be back again about 7 o'clock, 6:30, something like that. No, I won't, because I'm lying. That's my time. I'll be back about 6 o'clock, your time, UK time. Laters, peeps.